What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It's the 23rd day of June today, and here we are at about 1.36 cents right now, up 6.6% on the day so far. 10 hours, 53 minutes left until the day closes. It's looking like we're moving up a little bit, and if we look at the 15-minute time frame here, we do have bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame at this low, where we have found support at prior resistance, getting some volume coming in here, breaking out to new highs. It's looking good. It's looking like we want to continue moving up, getting overbought like this. I mean, I doubt that we stop here. We'd probably continue, but we'll see. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Looking like you're breaking out of this downtrend right now. Not a whole lot of volume. 53 minutes left in the 1 hour. Let's wait and see how this 1 hour closes. Don't get too overzealous, but it looks good in my opinion. Looking at this from a relative high to relative low. 382, 236, you're going to the golden ratio, man, probably. This is probably where you'll go, about 1.4 to 1.43 cents, something like that. And you'll find turbulence there. Now, is this the high? Do you go lower after that? Is this the high and you find a higher low after that? That's going to be debatable. We'll see how it goes. I'm very confident that you go up here. Looking at the golden ratio, that's probably where you're going to head. And I mean, it's possible you could find resistance at the 0.5 here. We'll see. Let me look at that 15-minute time frame too. 7 minutes left. I mean, if we reverse, if this 15-minute candle closes with a big wick on it, I mean, look at that. Volume's coming in, pushing the price higher. I don't know if it will. But if we reverse here, then maybe what I'm about to say is wrong. But I think we will go up to the golden ratio. Likely what happens there is you'll find resistance come back down to about 1.375 cents. Back test that for support. Maybe at the lowest, you'll come back down to 1.339, something like that. Find support and then continue climbing. That's what we'd look for. If you get below the 382, the prospect there, I guess, would be that we do go lower. The assumption there would be that we go lower, yeah. Probably lower than this low. And if we were to go lower than that low, just taking a rough guess from like a low to a high here, that would take us to 1.19, 1.137. Looking at the daily time frame, low to high here. I mean, that 1272 to 1618 golden ratio off this alleged potential high that we might or might not achieve, that would actually go right around where we would expect the price to go inevitably. I'm still sitting out, guys. I haven't bought back in. I'm waiting. I'm definitely waiting, and I'm prepared to FOMO. I don't care, man. If we can buy, if the price is up at like 1.56 cents or higher, if we close the day at 1.56 cents or higher, I'm just going to throw the hammer down right there. I don't care. That's a perfectly fine area to buy. We're still going to rip to the upside, right? Didn't time the low exactly, but you can still catch most of the move. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But kind of like here, where you found a relative low, right? You had a nice recovery that day. You had a day here where you moved up 7.5%, and you even went up higher the next day. If you just FOMO'd in there, you would have missed the bottom. I'm trying not to do that here. And this, to me, doesn't look like a typical XCN bottom, right? It doesn't have that big wick that we look for. Typically, you get a massive reversal, and today could reverse, but I want to wait to see how today closes, wait and see what Bitcoin does before I pull the trigger here. Because we're on shaky ground right now. Let's just leave it at that, right? And again, right here, that 0.5, that fib right there, we just tipped it for resistance. We got a big wick. Maybe we are coming down. It's too early to say, though. 50 minutes left in this 1 hour time frame. It's too early to say. I don't know, man. I'm perplexed right now. I don't know what to say. I feel like we are going to go to the golden ratio. Just looking at this common behavior here, 382, 236, you'd expect to go to the golden ratio. But if you get rejected by the 0.5, if you reject the 0.5, there's no doubt you're going below this low. And rejection would mean something like this. Like if you close this 1 hour candle here and then the next one goes down, get below the 382 again, that's probably a rejection. If you go to the golden ratio from here, there's a solid chance that that's actually the low and you could build from there, but you'd have to find support basically at the areas that you're at now. You'd have to like go up, come back down, find support here or higher. You don't have to come back down here, but just find support somewhere in this area and then continue to build and then never go back below your golden ratio again after that. Some requirements. Shaky ground, man. Shaky ground. It's a big wick. We got a lot of time left, and you pumped hard in the beginning of this, looking like you're breaking out. That could be a false endeavor there on this short-term time frame. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour, rejecting the 50. We still have, okay. 2 hours, 48 minutes left in this 4 hour candle. Oh, man, yeah. I wish I was making this video in 2 hours and 48 minutes, you guys. It would probably be more clear after that. If this 4-hour candle can close here or higher, okay? If you can close above 1.345 cents or higher, get this RSI to cross above the 50, I would say I'm bullish. Again, bullish to about 1.4 to 1.43 cents, 1.41 to 1.43 cents. Maybe I should even up that. Maybe 1.44 to 1.46, somewhere in there, somewhere around these highs, okay? Not too much above this high right here, but probably around that high, somewhere in that range. If we can close here or higher on this 4-hour candle. If not, if in the next 2 hours and 40 minutes we close lower than that 4-hour candle there at the opening of the day here, the 23rd, then we likely are going down. We're going to push lower, and Bitcoin's kind of coming back down right now. It's just so hard, man. It's so freaking hard to say. I'm going to stick with the upside for now. We'll stick with the idea that you do go above 1.4 cents, okay? I don't know. I don't like that 1-hour candle. I keep going back and forth, man. I might have to restart this video. Maybe I won't restart the video so you guys can just see the struggle happening in real time. All right, I'm going to flop it. I'm going to flip it right here. Actually, I think we're going down. I do think we're going down. The last time we rejected the 50 here, that's when we moved down here. We're back testing this area of support potentially as resistance, and I think we are finding resistance right now. And if this 4-hour candle closes red, all we have to do is move down 2.6% in the next 2 hours, 47 minutes. We could absolutely do that. If it closes red, we'd actually be rejecting this 50 again. And the last time we rejected the 50, that's what took us down to lower lows. I know it looks like we're not rejecting the 50. It looks like we're green. So if we can close this candle green, that's nice. But even if we close it green and we're below this, we have some kind of big wick here, that would still not look good enough in my opinion. We'd still be set up to reject this area. Lower. Lower. I'm sticking with it, lower. And if you go up higher, 1.4 to 1.46 cents, somewhere in that area, there's a chance that this is the low, but I'm skeptical at the moment. Low to high. Golden ratio bounce. Let's look and see here real quick. No, maybe not. Yeah, man, I think just looking at the daily RSI too, we're here, looking at this high coming down. I feel like you should have gone up and hit this, and the fact that you haven't, right? Like you did here, you didn't dilly-dally. Why aren't you going up here? You're kind of meandering around this 40. I would think that you go lower, you'll probably find a higher low in the RSI, get some bullish divergence, one last lower low on the daily close, maybe today if not tomorrow, and then we start to move up again. Does that sound right? That sounds right to me, man. That sounds right. I'm sticking with it. Yeah. So I won't change my buy orders here. I'm going to leave my buy orders down at 1.2 cents to 1.215 cents. That's where I'm buying. Personally, that's where that's where I've got my buy orders layered out right now. So that's where I'm going to buy. And if the price, if at all, if I'm wrong and we see the price above 1.56 cents, I'll probably just FOMO in there. Watch, it'll do that, man. We'll go all the way up here. I'll FOMO in, and then we dump, and then we dump, and then I feel like that happens a good bit of the time actually. So, but at that point, I don't care, man. It's good. Even whenever you buy, even if you FOMO in and buy, and it goes down, you still feel good about it because you just don't have to worry. You just gotta wait at that point. You're just waiting for it to come up. I hate this right now, what I'm doing right now. It's like anticipation. The anticipation's killing me. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Am I making the right or the wrong decision? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. We're going to get in. We're going to get most of this move. When it comes to it, from a high to the low here, the expectation, I mean, look at that. We're so close to the 236. I'd very much think that we go just below 1.2 cents. But I'm going to buy just above 1.2 cents in case we don't go below 1.2 cents. Personally, that's my style. Inevitably, we're going to go the first target here, once we see new relative highs, is 8.2 to 15.7 cents. Once we break above 15.7 cents, and we will in July, we will see 26 to 32 cents here. ultimately at the top in July. If not, maybe early August. You know, it could take longer. But XCN does not take a lot of time to move, guys. It can make that move. The thing is, too, we've seen it where OnyxCoin will top off. Let's actually look back here real quick on a daily time frame for Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin kept growing into May, right? XCN topped off in April. It topped off on April 11th. Bitcoin topped off like a month and 10 days later, right? So XCN can absolutely top off before Bitcoin. It doesn't need to run with the rest of the markets. And it moves faster. We know that. We already know that. It topped off, I want to say, yeah, it topped off after Bitcoin here. So it doesn't need to top off at the same time as Bitcoin. So it is very possible. I would even say likely that we do see some resolution in July, probably by the end of July. But we'll see, man. A lot higher targets from here. I've given you guys my thoughts as contradictive as they might seem. I hope it's clear as to what I'm expecting. We're going down probably below 1.2 cents. And then later going on throughout this week, ending the month, and then going into July, we should be moving up. It should be a rather spectacular event to be a part of. So that's all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Sorry it was indecisive, but at the same time, maybe it's good for you guys to see that. I don't know. I know that can be a bit of a headache, but normally if that ever happens for me, and that doesn't really happen too often, I don't really make videos like this, but if that ever does happen, I restart it and I make up my mind after like doing 10 minutes of figuring it out. But no, I'm pretty convinced we're going to go to the downside. All right, anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Bye-bye.